$100,000 can't buy you much in Canada these days. It might not even cover the down payment on a condo in some cities like Vancouver or Toronto. But overseas, that budget can unlock condos, houses, and even beachside properties. And here at Blueprint, due to the everlasting housing crisis in Canada, we've worked with many Canadians who want to stretch their money further by moving abroad. And the results can be life-changing. And in this video, I'll walk you through some real properties around the world you could buy for roughly $100,000 Canadian. First, let's take a look at Canada though, so we have a good benchmark. For this Toronto condo on Richmond Street, you can almost buy a parking lot for $100,000. You would just need $40,000 more. But the good news is it even comes with an EV plug-in. So if you had an electric car, maybe you could just sleep in it. It's definitely cheaper than renting downtown though, right? Or for $99,900 Canadian, you could snag this 2026 Jayco Eagle RV. Basically a condo on wheels. It's got a king bed, triple slides, and even a ceiling fan. It's fancier than many shoebox Toronto apartments, and as a bonus, you can park your mansion at Walmart. Alright, jokes aside, I was actually curious to see if there were any properties listed under 100 grand, so I went to realtor.ca to check it out. And I was actually surprised there were some properties out there, like this lovely 15-acre small house in Lac La Biche, which looks like the perfect property to own if you're a fugitive on the run from the law and needed to disappear. You could raise chickens, grow potatoes, and no one would ever find you. All of that for less than 100 grand. And here's another house that I found under 100 grand, which actually looks pretty decent. It's got 3 bedrooms, a fenced-in yard, it's move-in ready, but it's in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. Maybe the weather is nice there? Oh, yeah, maybe not. Okay, so there's not a lot of glamorous options in Canada for 100 grand. Well, let's see what the rest of the world has to offer. First, let's look at Belize. So for about $75,000 US, which is just above that $100,000 Canadian, you can own a 2-bedroom, 1-bath concrete home in Hopeville, just outside of Punta Gorda in southern Belize. The house is small at just 520 square feet, but it sits on a large 5,700 square foot lot with a lot of space to expand. The best part is the location, which is a short walk to the Caribbean Sea and only 5 minutes to Punta Gorda, a quiet coastal town known for its markets, ferries to Guatemala, and eco-tourism vibe. Belize is English-speaking and is culturally diverse, and it's famous for its barrier reef and laid-back Caribbean lifestyle. I've actually done some scuba diving there in the past, and it was quite nice. Alright, then we got the US. For 47,000 US dollars, which is around 65 grand Canadian, you can get a 2-bed, 2-bath home in the Valley Brook community of Indianapolis. It was built quite a while ago in 1989, but this double wide offers 1,300 square feet of living space and it has been recently updated. The Valley Brook community comes with perks like 2 swimming pools, a playground, a basketball court, and RV storage. It's close to some major highways, which makes it easy to commute around the city while still being in a quiet neighborhood. Now, homes in the Midwest are far more affordable than on, say, the coast because land is plentiful and demand is lower. Of course, it's a lot less desirable to live in for a lot of people, so that means your money will buy a lot more space and amenities compared to other parts of the US. Alright, now let's go to Thailand, to the northern city of Chiang Mai, which is a lovely city. I've been here several times. And for 82,000 Canadian dollars, which is about 2 million baht, you can buy a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo at the Puna Oasis Residence in Chiang Mai. The 8th floor unit offers 44 square meters of fully furnished living space with views and a move-in ready setup. And the residence includes a swimming pool, gym, landscape grounds, and 24-hour security. It's in the Wat Ken area near the superhighway, putting you just minutes from local markets, cafes, and the old city. As Chiang Mai is far more affordable than Bangkok or North American cities, for much less than the cost of a basic condo in Canada, you can own a stylish home base in Thailand's cultural capital, surrounded by mountains, history, and a laid-back lifestyle. But beware of the burning season from January to around April. It's not that nice to live there at that time. All right, next, let's look at Jomtien. So for about 2.6 million Thai baht, which is around $97,000 Canadian, you could buy a 48 square meter studio at View Tale 5C in Jomtien. So the condo is fully renovated with a European kitchen, furnished living space, modern bathroom, and a balcony with a slight sea view. So Chiang Mai is good if you like the mountains, but Jomtien is nice if you like the beach. The building offers direct access to Dong Tarn Beach, plus a pool, restaurants, mini mart, laundry, parking, and 24-hour security. This area is known for its beach lifestyle and affordability, making this a budget-friendly way to own property by the sea. Canadians often overlook how much further their money can go, whether abroad or right here at home. And at Blueprint Financial, we've helped a lot of Canadians plan smarter, retire early, and stretch their dollars overseas. We're fee-only, transparent, and experienced, so build the life you want with the right blueprint. And check out our services on our website. All right, now let's go to France. For 60,000 euros, which is about $88,000 Canadian, you can buy a 6-bedroom, 6-bath former hotel in the village of Centre Val de Loire. The property has 251 square meters of living space, including a dining room, sitting room, kitchen, multiple bedrooms, and even a separate apartment. It comes with a courtyard as well, and the building has been a hotel and B&B in the past, making it ideal for someone who wants to run a guest house or simply has space for a large family. And with some renovations, it has serious potential at a very low entry price. Now let's look at Mexico. So for $55,000 US, which is around $76,000 Canadian, you can buy a 2-bedroom, 1-bath condo in the Ecoterra community of Puerto Vallarta. The unit is about 500 square feet and it's built in 2022 and it's located on the 3rd floor. It offers controlled security, a pool, and landscape green spaces. Puerto Vallarta is one of Mexico's most popular coastal cities, known for its beaches and vibrant expat communities, so it might not be a huge shift if you want to move here. But leaving Canada without a plan can cost you big. I've seen people pay thousands more than they needed to, so if you want to avoid that, download our free guide on 7 CRA tax traps to avoid when leaving Canada. The link is below. All right, now let's look at Japan. So I recently went to Japan and I loved it there so much. I kind of looked into how the real estate market worked and what it would be like to actually move there. And surprisingly, real estate is very cheap here compared to most developed nations. Due to some economic conditions, which I won't really get into in this video, it's the way the market works there. So for about 8.9 million Japanese yen, which is about $81,000 Canadian, you can buy a 2-story house in Yao, which is just outside of Osaka. Built in 1973 and recently renovated, it offers 47 square meters of living space with a new kitchen, bathroom, and air conditioning. Yes, it's small, but most places in Japan are somewhat small. The property is an 11-minute walk to the train station, which connects to the Shin Osaka, Namba, and other main Osaka-based train stations. So shops and supermarkets are nearby, making it very convenient for daily life. So as you can see, like I said, Japan's property market outside major hubs like Tokyo still remains surprisingly affordable. And I've been to Osaka and it's a very livable city. I would rather live there than Tokyo, to be honest. It seemed like a lot more chill. All right, now let's go to the Philippines, which I thought was actually a bit more expensive than I thought. But for about 4.4 million Filipino pesos, which is about $105,000 Canadian, you could buy a pre-sale 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo in a new township project in Lapu-Lapu City, Cebu. The unit is tiny at only 30 square meters, but it does come with all the modern building amenities and features, things like swimming pool, gyms, a jogging trail, even a meditation garden, clubhouse. So I think it's similar to what they do in Bangkok, which is they focus these high-end condos more on the amenities than the living space, which I would actually prefer to have a bigger apartment, but depends on what you want. Cebu is one of the fastest growing hubs in the Philippines, known for its beaches, dive spots, and strong economy. And it has some interesting taxation rules and residency rules. So we are actually seeing some more people move to the Philippines and setting up there. All right, the next one is interesting. It's Egypt. And I added this because one of my clients was telling me how cheap property was here in Egypt, and it wasn't ever on my radar before, but I kind of checked out the prices for this video and I was pretty shocked. So for about 19,000 euro, which is about $28,000 Canadian, you could buy a 46 square meter 1-bedroom apartment in Sharm el Sheikh. So the unit is in a new building with a living room, and the apartment is located at the seaside, giving you quick access to the Red Sea and everything that Sharm is known for, which is its beaches, diving, and year-round resort lifestyle. So at under 30 grand Canadian, this is one of the cheapest ways to own property in a global beach destination. I've never been to Egypt, so I can't speak to it, but my client who went there, they said it was great. So I always like to say, you can't trust others' opinions about certain places, so you might connect with somewhere that other people don't. So it could be an interesting destination to check out. I've never been, so maybe I'll check out Egypt sometime this next couple years. Now let's talk about Colombia. So in Medellin, there's this spot listed for around $72,000 US. It's a full house with 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, already furnished and around 78 square meters inside, which is quite decent and it looks quite nice. The neighborhood it's located in is called San Antonio de Prado, which is one of those hillside suburbs, and is quieter and greener than the city center with more of a local neighborhood vibe. You're not in the middle of nightlife or cafes here, but you've got some more space, a slower pace, and way more house for your money. It's the kind of place that works if you don't mind being a little outside of the main action. All right, now we got Costa Rica. In Jaco, there's this little house going for around $85,000 US. It's not huge, around 60 square meters, so about 642 square feet, but it actually fits 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms somehow into that space. It was built in 2008, but the best part is that Jaco's a beach town on the Pacific side, known for its surfing, nightlife, and being one of the most developed coastal spots in Costa Rica. So you've got shops, restaurants, and plenty going on nearby. Now let's talk about Indonesia, or specifically Lombok. Lombok is an island that is next to Bali, and I've actually been there quite a while ago. So a lot of people say Lombok is what Bali was, say 10 or 20 years ago, which is mostly untouched, beautiful, but poised to get big. So for US $97,000, which is about $133,000 Canadian, you could buy a boutique 1-bedroom, 1-bath villa in Kuta, Lombok. Each villa is 2 floors with about 85 square meters of living space, a private pool, and a terrace. The project has only about 4 villas in total, giving it an exclusive low-density feel, and it's located just 5 minutes from Kuta Beach. There's restaurants, gyms, yoga studios, and natural attractions like waterfalls and hiking trails, all nearby. So while this particular listing is leasehold, which means that it's not freehold owned by you, it's worth noting that Lombok has plenty of freehold houses and condos and simple beachside homes available for under $100,000 US. I just wanted to show this one because it's so nice and it just highlights what a modern, stylish villa project might look like in the area in the years to come. And I really wanted to highlight that although $100,000 might not even buy you a parking lot in Canada, overseas it really can unlock some entire homes or condos, investment opportunities, and lifestyle upgrades you never thought possible. And here at Blueprint Financial, we help Canadians explore these options with a clear plan so you can make the most of your money no matter where life takes you. So visit our site, book a discovery call, or grab a free guide. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the next video I think that you'll love lined up here on the screen.